Hey there and welcome back to Mass Effect 2. My name is Pete and today we complete another loyalty mission, and as the title of the video already revealed, it is going to be the loyalty mission for Thane Krios. In the last episode we completed Samara's loyalty mission, we also began the packages for Ish side quest, and that quest actually plays part in the decision to go after Thane's loyalty mission next. Now, we won't actually advance that quest in this episode, but without spoiling too much, going after Thane's loyalty mission will have us go back to the Citadel, and that is also where Garrus' loyalty mission will take place, so that is what we're going to do in the next episode, and in that episode we can neatly tie in that small side quest. Now, to get us along a bit further in the project to also complete all of the game's DLC, I have installed the Incisor Sniper DLC. This is a new sniper rifle for the game, which was originally part of the Digital Deluxe Edition, and was then later made available as part of the Aegis pack. I am personally not a huge fan of this weapon, but as we are completing missions for both Thane and Garris, who are very good with the sniper rifle, I think introducing the weapon now fits in quite well at this point in the series. But enough talk, let's get into the action. As I said, it's time for Thane's loyalty mission today. We haven't actually picked that one up yet, but we know that Thane wants to talk to us about something, so let's run over to life support and see what he has on his mind.
Shepard.
And at the beginning here, it doesn't really matter what we choose. Both dialogue options here will result in the exact same conversation.
Is there something wrong?
Yes. Now that you are here, though, it seems more difficult to talk about.
Now, considering his health situation, one might assume that this has something to do with it, so let's take that dialogue option and find out.
Are you feeling sick? I could get the doctor.
No. Though I suppose that is a part of it. My mortality has me dwelling on things. I had a family once. I still have a son. His name is Kolyat. I haven't seen him for a very long time.
And as always, we want to learn as much as we can here, so let's find out what a very long time means in this case.
How long has it been since you talked?
10 years. He showed me some of his schoolwork and asked if we could dance crazy. We did that when he was younger.
What sort of dance is that?
I checked my extranet contacts. I expect an update on my next target. The console plays music, old, unfashionable. Kolyat jumps into the room. My father runs around in circles. I scoop him up, toss him into the air. He shrieks, laughs, spin me. The console beeps. I put him down. Click the message. Father, he pleads. Tugs my sleeve. I need to read this, I say. I don't look at him.
Now, Thane also mentioned that he had a family, so probably more than just a son, so let's find out how and why they went their separate ways.
Did something happen to them?
I abandoned them. Oh, not all at once. Nothing dramatic, no sneaking out in the middle of the night, no final argument or slammed door. I just did my job. I hunted and killed across the galaxy. Away on business, my wife would tell people. I was always away on business.
Now, here we have the first morality choice of the conversation, and we want to stick with the option in the middle here, which does not actually give any morality points, but will present us with the opportunity to grab 2 Paragon points later.
You never mentioned this before. Why now?
When my wife departed from her body, I attended to that issue. I left Kolyat in the care of his aunts and uncles. I have not seen him or talked to him since.
And here we can now grab the 2 Paragon points by asking Thane why he didn't take his son with him.
That's not the choice I expected. Why didn't you raise him yourself?
My body is blessed with the skills to take life. The Hanar honed them in me. I have few others. I didn't want that life for Kolyat. I hoped he would find his own way. If he hated me, so be it. He would not have shared the path of sin. I used my contacts to trace Kolyat. He has become disconnected. He does what his body wills.
And that whole being disconnected thing seems rather spiritual, definitely something that Shepard is not very familiar with.
You'll have to explain that one to me.
Disconnected. The body is not our true self, the soul is. Body and soul work as one in a whole person. When the soul is weakened by despair or fear, when the body is ill or injured, the individual is disconnected, no longer whole.
And let's also learn why Thane thinks that Kolyat is disconnected, because that would very likely mean that something bad has happened to him.
What's wrong with him? Is he hurt?
Something happened that should not have. He knows where I've been, what I've done. I don't know his reasons, but he has gone to the Citadel. He's taken a job as a hitman. I would like your help to stop him. This is not a path he should walk.
Well, he is on it now, so let's find out all we can, including why Thane wants us to help out with the problem.
You don't hire a raw rookie for a contract killing.
I'm afraid someone may have seen we share a name and assumed we share skills. I don't know why he would accept the task.
To be closer to you, maybe?
That thought haunts me more than any other.
Maybe he name-dropped you to get hired.
It's possible, but I don't think so. It doesn't seem right. My name. He should not respect it.
What made him go to the Citadel?
Years ago, I prepared a package for him. A relic of my ill-spent life. I had Volus bankers store it, and arranged for delivery when I died. He acquired it early. I don't really know how. I did wet work on the Citadel around the time his mother died. That may be why he went there.
Thane, I don't have your contacts and I don't have your tracking skills. Why do you need my help for this?
I don't need your help, I want it. The last time I saw my son, they wrapped her body in sea vines, weighted it with stones. He tries to pull from me, calls for her. The hammer lift her off the platform. They sing like bells. The fire has gone to be kindled anew. He begs them not to take her away. They let her body slide into the water. He hits me. Don't let them. Stop them. Why weren't you? Rains. It always rains on Kage. Warm water pours down his face.
I didn't mean to make you relive that.
Perfect memory. It is sometimes a burden.
Alright, here we are. As usual, we have two ways of more or less agreeing to help, and because completing this mission is the plan for today anyway, we can promise to help immediately.
I'll get us to the Citadel as soon as possible.
Thank you, Shepard. I'll be meditating until you need me.
Alright, now that we have acquired Thane's loyalty mission, we can also immediately get to Garris. That will save us a bit of time going back and forth later.
I can't believe the Collectors were once Protheans.
I always pictured Protheans being regal, not giant bugs.
Who knows what the Reapers did to them? Creepy.
Shepard, I'm glad you came by. I've got something. I may need your help. You remember Sidonis, the one who betrayed my team? I found a lead on him. There's a specialist on the Citadel, name's Fade. He's an expert at helping people disappear. Sidonis was seen with him.
And here we are in the middle of picking up Garrus's loyalty mission. And again, as usual, before we agree, let's learn all we can.
What are you planning to do when you find him?
You humans have a saying, an eye for an eye, a life for a life. He owes me 10 lives, and I plan to collect.
You sure that's how you want to play it?
I'm sure. I don't need you to agree with me, but I'd like your help.
What happened? How did Sidonis betray your team?
He tipped off the mercs, told them where our base was. He drew me out with a false job, then let the mercs hit my team. My men weren't prepared. They tried to hold them off. By the time I got back, there were only 2 survivors. They didn't last long. All 10 of them dead. Because of him.
Now, as you can see, this conversation is a bit shorter as Garrus gets right to the point, and we can agree to help once more.
Where do we find Fade?
I've arranged a meeting. We'll meet him in a warehouse near the Neon Markets down on Zakera Ward. Thanks, Shepard. I appreciate you taking the time to help me.
Alright, so there we are. We have 2 quests to complete on the Citadel, so I would say our journey is cut out for us. Let's head back up to the CIC to set a course.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
And yes, we do in fact have a new message. This confirms that we have successfully installed the DLC I mentioned earlier, as the Elusive Man informs us of our latest piece of technology, the Incisor Sniper Rifle. And we will equip that one on Garrison Thane for this and the next episode, even though we will actually have to wait until the next episode to see it in action. For now though, let's move the Normandy over to the mass relay. We can leave Omega behind and travel to the Serpent Nebula and then dock at the Citadel. So here we are, and our crew for this one will be Garrison Thane, the two guys we need to complete loyalty missions for. With 4 power points on Shepard, we can then finally max out and evolve Disruptor ammo, which as usual gives us 2 options. I think we actually went through the ability evolutions with Zaid before, and while going for squad Disruptor ammo seems logical, with Shepard being the squad leader and all, we will instead go for heavy Disruptor ammo. I don't think I have to mention that Shepard is the one doing most of the damage in firefights, especially if we have more ability-focused squad members with us, and this evolution maximizes his damage-dealing potential against shields and synthetics, and so for a soldier-class Shepard I think this ability is simply a bit more useful. Now with Thane we actually also have an ability to evolve, and that would be Warp, and as always with these evolutions we can go for the more damage-dealing option, and that would be Heavy Warp with a damage of 200 points, or we could go for a bit more range and crowd control with Unstable Warp. Now normally I would go Heavy here because Unstable Warp is very situational and works best with biotic detonations, and for those we would need to have another biotic in the squad. However, Unstable Warp also comes with a 3-second cooldown bonus, and that is in my opinion a very good reason to pick it. Yes, it won't be as powerful, but it can be used much more frequently, and if we're able to set up a warp detonation, the radius of that one will be bigger as well. Finally then we have Garrus, who doesn't have enough points to upgrade anything, so let's select our weapons. As I mentioned earlier, we will switch out the very powerful Widow for the Incisor Sniper Rifle, which is a rather interesting weapon for a sniper rifle. This is the only sniper rifle in the game that fires in a 3-round burst, so pulling the trigger once will eject 3 projectiles in quick succession. Now we'll get a look at how the weapon handles in combat soon enough. For now, let us return to the Citadel.
I've found references to a forger named Fade in CSEC crime reports, Shepard. Perhaps that is a good place to start looking. Also, according to CSEC, a Drell recently passed through customs. The CSEC office may have more information.
I thought it might be nice to come back here and see how it's changed, but it's just like it was. Same dirty streets, same unrepentant scavengers, same revolving door prisons. Being security here is a terrible job. This is exactly why I left.
I want to know when the next shuttle will get here.
There's one every 10 minutes.
I don't want to wait that long.
I can't make the shuttles go any faster, sir.
You humans are all racist.
You'd think Citadel security would be the tightest in the galaxy.
I know CSEC too well to believe that's true.
I see no fewer than 14 fatal flaws a skilled assassin could exploit. 8 of them existed when I was here 10 years ago.
Now, according to Edie, CSEC should have information valuable for both Garrus and Thane, so let's find our old friend Captain Baillie here and see if he can't help us out.
Yes?
Now, we're only going to ask for information about Thane's son at this point, because eventually we will end up right back here where we started, and then we can ask about fate for Garrus.
My associate is trying to find his son. We think a local criminal may have hired him.
That should be easy. We don't see many Drell here. There we go. One of my men reported a Drell recently. And he was talking to Mouse. Interesting.
Mouse?
Ah, petty criminal. Probably not the guy who hired your boy, but a messenger. He's a former duct rat. Runs errands for anyone who'll pay.
So, we learn about Mouse, a so-called duct rat, and of course, as always, there is more to learn, so let's investigate.
What was it you called Mouse?
A duct rat. It's a local slang for the poor kids who grow up in the station. When they're small, they tend to play in the ventilation ducts where adults can't get to them.
Aren't the ducts dangerous?
Every couple of months, we pull a little body out of them. Lacerated by fan blades, broken by a deadfall, suffocated by vacuum exposure. Those are just the ones we know about. More just disappear. Maybe they get sucked into space. Maybe they fall into the protein vats the keepers run. The Mouse survived long enough that he can't fit in the ducts anymore. He was one of the smarter ones, or the luckier ones.
What sort of trouble has Mouse been getting himself into?
Odd jobs for shifty people. Duct rats take whatever is available to get by. Data running, fencing stolen goods, selling illegal VI personalities. Actually, he was selling one of you.
Me?
Yeah, when you erased a file, it would say, I delete data like you on the way to real errors.
That's pretty extreme, Commander.
Laugh it up, Garrus.
Buggy, though. It crashed every half hour. The error message was about how the galaxy was at stake, and you should fix the problem yourself.
Okay, so that VI is actually something we want to keep in mind. For now, though, we have learned all we can, so let's make our exit.
I've heard enough.
Mouse is usually upstairs outside the Dark Star. He works out of a public comm terminal. You should pick up a copy of the Shepherd VI when you talk to him. It sounds like your boy's running with the wrong crowd.
Yes, I agree.
If Mouse can't get you in touch with your son directly, he'll know who can. I'll help you if you need it.
Now, interestingly, Baillie offers his help here, which is unusual given how he's often portrayed as being overwhelmed with crime spiraling out of control.
You don't know us, Captain. Why are you going so far to help us?
I've worked Zakera for 2 years. Every day kids turn to crime because they've got no other choice, because their parents don't care. You're trying to save yours.
He faces a dark path.
We better hurry then.
You didn't tell him that Kolyat plans to assassinate someone.
And of course, we had our reasons for that, even though at this point it doesn't actually matter what those reasons were, as there are no morality points to be gained.
He's a cop. He tried to stop Kolyat and one of them could end up dead. I don't want that.
Yes, of course. Thank you, Shepard.
I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite store on the Citadel.
Alright, we are making our way over to find Mouse now, and on the way we can actually do some shopping in the Citadel souvenirs shop, where after our mission on Horizon, the Thessian Sunfish and a model of Sovereign have become available for purchase. Using our discount, we will grab them both for just over 800 credits, and then we can head upstairs. Now, Baillie told us that we would be finding Mouse near the Dark Star Lounge, and also near that Dark Star Lounge is Rodam Expeditions.
I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite store on the Citadel.
And here we will make 3 more purchases, starting with a very useful sniper rifle damage upgrade.
I'll take it.
And we're spending big money here, 50,000 credits for each one of these upgrades, and in the next episode we will actually continue our shopping tour, but believe me, it will be worth it not only for the increased damage output, but also, of course, for the sake of full completion.
Yeah, I can get that. No problem. Well, okay, that might be more difficult. No, it's fine. I got some Quarians who can strip the copy protection. Just costs more. Yeah, I got the package. It'll be there, don't worry. I'll deliver it myself. That won't happen. You can count on me. Yeah. Uh-huh. Oh, yeah, I know, I understand. Yeah, You won't be disappointed. Well, I just need a bit more time. It's not my fault. Nobody told me the package was in 2 parts. Yeah, I know. I'll get it, don't worry. End of day, no later. You can count on it. I understand. That won't be necessary. I'll throw in a copy of the Shepherd VI. Hey, the Volus worked real hard on that. Yeah, sure. I can get you 2 cases by the end of the day.
You Mouse?
What are you... Oh, shit. Krios. I thought you were tired. Commander Shepard? I thought you died. What do you want with me?
Be still, Mouse. You can change your pants in a moment.
Okay, so seems like the 2 of them already know each other, and I would say that is certainly worth inquiring about.
How do you know Thane?
Krios? He didn't... If he didn't say nothing, I ain't either.
When we heard the name, I didn't think it could be the same Mouse. He was a contact on the Citadel when I was active. He and some other children would gather information on my targets.
Right, using children to help in assassination missions, that is something we might want to comment on.
You put children in danger to spy for you?
Children, the poor. My people's word for their kind is Dralafa, the ignored. They're everywhere, see everything, yet they are never seen. You gave another Drell instructions for an assassination. Who's the target?
I don't know. I didn't ask. Because the people I work for, they can make me disappear. I'd like to help you, Krios. You always done right by us, but I ain't gonna die for you.
Alright, now we skip past the Renegade interruption to have the Paragon option available here, because we do have enough charm points to grab ourselves 5 Paragon points.
Look, you know Thane. He wouldn't ask if it wasn't important. Do it for him.
I want to. He was always nice to us. But these people ain't nice, Krios.
Nobody's gonna know you talk to us.
Mouse, I swear that you won't be named.
All right. He came with that hollow you took of me. Said he wanted a job. I ran through your old contacts to see who might give him a shot. The guy who offered was Elias Kelham.
Now, normally we would learn about Elias Kelham first before asking about the rather unimportant Shepard VIs. For some reason though, if we ask about Elias first, the other dialogue option will disappear, so let's force a rather sudden change of topics.
One other thing. That Shepard VI you're selling?
Oh shit, you heard? Look, you were dead. It was totally legal to make a VI of you.
Now, the three options here are entirely for flavor. No matter what we pick, it won't have any in-game consequences. As a matter of fact, the entire VI thing will never be mentioned again.
Give me a copy, we'll call it even.
What? I mean, sure, yeah, absolutely. Sorry about the whole... Just so you know, there's 3 Volus who are patching it all the time.
Alright, and with that out of the way, we can now learn a bit more about this Elias Kelham.
Tell me about Kelham.
Human. Moved to the Citadel about 10 years ago. He was little people when you were here, Krios. He got big after the Geth attack. Lots of the big guys from before got cacked, all in them big fancy apartments up on the Presidium. Now he runs the rackets on the lower end of the ward, Shin Akiba. He's seriously bad news.
Okay, and that's all we can learn here. We can make a snide remark to wrap things up, and then we can make our way back to Captain Baillie.
You just saved yourself a world of pain, kid.
Yeah, right. When Kelham finds out what I've done, I won't live long. And I can't do anything about it but hide. Krios, you got any kindness for me? Put a bullet in Kelham before you go.
We also get a brief chance to chat with Thane here, and because suddenly meeting an old acquaintance is probably not helping his already troubled situation, let's quickly also ask about how he's feeling.
That couldn't have been easy.
Mouse knew more about my life than Kolyat ever did. He smiles up at me, broken teeth and scabby knees, bare feet black. A dead-end future looking up at me, worshipping the petty gifts I offer. I was the only good thing he had back then. But I left him, as I left Kolyat.
Mouse said you had a hollow of him.
Yes. A foolish bit of sentimentality. I can perfectly recall every moment I spent with Mouse. He pulls at my arm, smiles. He wants to know that I'll remember him. That anyone will remember him. I take the hollow. He smiles at himself in miniature on my palm. Then a frown crinkles his brow. He pats my pockets, checking for other hollows. Where's your son, Krios? He asks.
Okay, and even though it looks like it, there are once again no morality points available here. Still, it can't hurt to be friendly to a guy that we're on the same mission with.
Don't blame yourself.
If I don't, who will? We must carry the weight of our decisions, Shepard. You, of all people, know this.
Let's head back to Baillie.
And now we're making our way back to C-Sec and Captain Baillie, who should hopefully be able to get us closer to this Elias Kelham guy.
Yes?
Can we talk about my associate's son?
You talked to Mouse? Did you get the name of the guy he's working with?
Elias Kelham.
Kelham? Shit. Look, this is awkward. Kelham and I have an agreement. He doesn't cause too much trouble and buys tickets to the C-Sec charity ball from me. In return, I ignore him.
Right, and we can call it what it is. We won't get any morality points for it, but this is a delicate situation and we should get straight to the point.
He pays you off. You were eager to help us before. What about now? Is it too inconvenient?
I said I'd help. It's just there'll be repercussions if I don't handle it right. He and I give each other space. It keeps the peace. I'll get some of my people to bring him in and set him up in a private room. You can interrogate him yourself. I'll stay out of sight, and if I'm lucky, Kelham will believe that I had nothing to do with it.
Bring him in. We might not have much time.
I'll make it happen. Wait here.
We've got Kelham. Tell Baillie we're ready.
He'll expect me to get him out of this.
Not today, I think.
Captain, his lawyer's here. Bet Elias Garris has his VI set to page him if C-Sec gets within 10 meters.
I'll stall him. Get in there and work fast.
We should question him together. Keep the pressure on. Thoughts on how we approach it?
Okay, now we can plan our strategy here, or we could just wing it, and at this point it does not actually matter what we pick, so let's have Thane be the good cop and we can be the enforcer if necessary.
You talk to him. Appeal to his self-interest. I'll put the screws to him if he needs it.
Very well. I'll pretend to be on his side. But if we waste too much time negotiating, Baillie won't be able to stall Kelham's advocate.
Get me out of these restraints, Baillie. Pretty funny bringing me down here like this. Who the hell are you two?
Okay, now there is an intimidate option here that would immediately get us what we want to know, but as you can see we don't have enough renegade points for it. So instead we have to go with one of the other options, and maybe we're successful by informing him that he cannot buy himself out of this one.
Baillie has nothing to do with this. We just want a few answers. Off the record.
Off the record in a C-Sec interrogation room? Sure.
You hired an assassin. Who do you want dead?
I want to see my advocate.
Your advocate hasn't arrived. We're trying to find him.
I'm not saying a damn word until he's here. You two are in way over your heads. Baillie won't let you touch me.
Alright, we avoided the renegade interrupt and can now go with the charm option. Very importantly though, neither one of them actually give any morality points, but we don't need to get too aggressive too early on.
Baillie doesn't know you're here, but he will, after we're done.
This is off the record. No criminal charges will be brought against you.
What are you, frog boy? This little sidekick? What, kid? You gonna bore me into confessing? You ain't shit. Come on, hit me.
Works for me.
No! Do you know what I'll do to you when I get out of here?
Keep it up, tough guy. You'll leave in a bag.
Go to hell.
This isn't working, Shepard. We're making no progress.
Are we done here? Because I got people to see. Like the guy who's gonna sue your ass for assault.
Alright, now we went for the interruption once, again without morality points, and then skipped on number 3, which would have actually earned us 5 renegade points. However, there is also a way to solve this following the Paragon path, and that is only available if the third punch here is not taken.
How about this? You tell us the target, you never see us again. And Baillie drops his price 50%.
Yeah? Can I get that in writing?
I don't think either of us want this in writing.
Alright. I ain't going to jail for the tadpole, and I do love a bargain. Joram Talid, Turian running for office on the Zakera ward. He messes with legitimate businessmen. I'm gonna stop it.
Where and when?
His apartment, the 800 blocks. You better hurry.
What's going on here? Get away from my client.
You played me.
Thanks for the info, Elias. I'm sure you'll feel better tomorrow.
Better than you will, asshole. When I get my comlink back,
Elias,
I'm gonna...
as your legal advocate, I advise you to shut the hell up.
Where were you 5 minutes ago?
Held up in traffic.
What's the story? Why'd Kelham hire the boy?
Assassination. A Turian named Joram Talid. You know him?
Joram? Yeah. You might have seen his posters around. He's promising to end organized crime on the ward. Thing is, his message is all mixed up in race politics. He's anti-human.
Are things so bad that people can openly campaign as anti-human?
Before the Battle of the Citadel, the alien population thought we were violent upstarts. Look what's happened since then. A human fleet guarding the station for months. C-Sec filled with humans. Udina doesn't hesitate to remind them that we earned our place here. But that seems to piss him off more.
And to obtain 2 more Paragon points, we have to go with the option at the top here, even though it expresses a rather, well, interesting viewpoint.
If a majority votes for him, like it or not, that's how the system works.
That's a nice ideal, Shepard. Sergeant, get a patrol car. These two need to get to the 800 blocks.
Yes, sir.
There he is. How do you want to play this?
Follow Talid on the maintenance catwalks. Tell me what he's doing. The Krogan bodyguard will make him easy to follow.
Where will you be?
The darkest corner with the best view. Amon Kira, Lord of Hunters. Grant that my hands be steady, my aim be true, and my feet swift. And should the worst come to pass, grant me forgiveness.
It's been wonderful talking with you all. I hope you'll come out on Election Day.
You can count on it.
Show the humans they won't get their way.
Ha! Thanks. Just remember, it's not all about the humans. They couldn't have gained this much power without the Council's support. Taking back our ward is only the first step. We must remove the cowards and appeasers on the Council. This doesn't stop here. I won't rest until the humans have been removed from power. Other races wait patiently for hundreds or thousands of years to earn an embassy. To the humans, no! They win one battle and think they're owed a council seat. My people won a Krogan war before we asked for that honor. That's not how we do things. We respect tradition. Humans think anything 10 years old is obsolete. Worthless. How can they contribute to a 2,000-year-old government? Have we seen anything good since the humans moved into Zakera ward?
I like their food.
I'll have to take your word for that. I can't eat human food. But let's be serious. Since the Shinakiba Enclave opened, crime has increased. Incidents of racial tension are up 24%, despite 116 new CSEC officers assigned to the ward. Of course, most of those officers aren't Turians, or Solarians, or Asari. They're humans who turn a blind eye to the crimes of other humans. That corruption goes all the way to the top. Don't think a human with a CSEC captain's badge is any less a crook than the thugs he deals with. It's been wonderful talking with you all. I hope you'll come out on Election Day.
I'm on him, Thane. He's talking to some voters.
Understood.
You're in position?
Yes.
It's been wonderful talking with you all. I hope you'll come out on Election Day.
This might be useful.
I'm following.
Okay, after listening to Talid talk for a while, we can grab another heavy pistol damage upgrade, and then we can follow him from up above here and update Thane whenever necessary.
Have you got him?
Looks like he's talking to another voter.
Any sign of Kolyat?
No.
I'm moving to another position. Ahead of him.
It's been wonderful talking with you all. I hope you'll come out on Election Day.
And this is now what we'll do for the next few minutes. We will just follow Talid on his tour and hope to catch Kolyat before he strikes.
No problem so far.
As you can see, there are also always multiple doors and pathways, but apart from the pistol upgrade earlier, there isn't anything useful hidden on them, so we can freely pick the path that we like best.
Do you have the target?
I've got him.
Now, at this point, we can see Talid and his bodyguard head towards some kind of store, and interestingly, the two of them are now splitting up, with Talid staying outside while the bodyguard heads inside to, well, do business.
I see him.
I'm almost in position. He's letting the bodyguard do all the work. That lets him deny involvement. I see him.
And here we can see through the window how the Krogan is displaying a rather aggressive demeanor. There won't be any violence, but it's pretty clear that Talid does not seem to be the honest politician he perhaps claims to be.
I'm following.
Moving on, we can now continue to follow along, also passing by a keeper here, who is, interestingly enough, not at all disturbed by our presence. Up next, we can then see the two of them approach what looks to be a bar, which could be a potential site for an ambush.
Stay close, Shepard. Target in sight. Can you give me an update? I don't have a good angle. What's he doing?
One of his guards is talking to the bartender. Looks like a shakedown.
I'm relocating to the next room. Let me know if anything changes. No sign of trouble.
As we can see though, nothing out of the ordinary happens, and Talid and his bodyguard are now meeting up with reinforcements.
What's he doing?
Yes, sir. You're running for office. Lots of people watch you.
Someone's walking on...
I need you to stay close or we'll lose him.
Yes, sir.
He's meeting a couple of mercenaries. Looks like the same group his bodyguard comes from.
He looks nervous. Could be he's noticed you.
Maybe he saw Kolyat in here somewhere.
Also a possibility. There are obstructions ahead. I'll try to go around. Don't lose him.
Maybe you'd better do the damn job I pay you for.
Yes, sir.
Hey, who are you? What are you doing back here?
Alright, and once again we skip the Renegade Interrupt in favor of a few Paragon points, which can be obtained by going with the charm option on the top left here.
I'm with Citadel Health and Safety. We've had vermin reports in storage areas around here.
What? You can't be serious. How did you get in here?
If I didn't have authorization, how did I get in? You see any other doors?
There's the keeper. Never mind. Just go on through, okay?
Thanks.
Yeah, just don't let my boss see you.
Alright, that was quick and easy, probably a good thing, considering how we definitely have more important things to take care of at the moment.
Ah! Kolyat!
Thane!
I saw.
He's heading to Talid's apartment.
Kolyat.
This is a joke. Now you show up.
Help me, Drell. I'll do whatever you want.
C-Sec. Put the gun down, son.
Get out of my way. I'm walking out. He's coming with me.
They'll have snipers outside.
I don't need your help. What the hell?
Talid, get the hell out of here.
Yeah, I will.
Take the boy into custody.
You son of a bitch!
Okay, no surprises here, we took the Paragon Interruption for 15 Paragon points, and even though it's not really our place to do this, let us now start the confrontation between Thane and his son, which also gives us 2 more Paragon points.
Your father doesn't have much time left, Kolyat. He's trying to make up for his mistakes.
What? So you came to get my forgiveness? So you can die in peace or something?
I came to grant you peace. You're angry because I wasn't there when your mother died.
You weren't there when she was alive. Why should you be there when she died?
Your mother... They killed her to get to me. It was my fault.
What?
After her body was given to the deep, I went to find them. The triggermen, the ringleaders. I hurt them. Eventually killed them. When I went back to see you, you were... older. I should have stayed with you.
I guess it's too bad for me you waited so long, huh?
Kolyat, I've taken many bad things out of the world. You're the only good thing I ever added to it.
This isn't a conversation you should have in front of strangers. Boys, take Kolyat and his father back to the precinct. Give them a room and as much time as they need.
And once again, Captain Baillie seems a little more involved than usual, so let's dig a bit deeper there.
I'm surprised you're letting him do that.
You think he's the only man who ever screwed up raising a son? I have to get back to the precinct. Come on, I'll give you a lift.
Alright, and there we are. That is another mission completed. Another squad member is now loyal, and we have unlocked the Cats in the Cradle achievement. As you can see, we have also leveled up once more, so we're now at level 22, while interestingly enough, the mission summary here also reveals the Elusive Man perspective on the political affairs we have just uncovered. Because he is now loyal, Thane has also unlocked his bonus power, in that case the anti-organic shredder ammo, and as usual we have also obtained a new outfit for him. The heavy pistol damage upgrade is then the one we grabbed earlier, and as you can see there were no credits to be found on this mission, so all we get for this one is our Cerberus funding.
They've been in there a while.
The kid's been through a lot. I ran some searches in the CSEC archive. About 10 years back, a bunch of real bad people were killed. Like someone was cleaning house. The prime suspect was a Drell. We never caught him.
Well, that certainly looks like Thane may have been involved, but after 10 years, who really cares anymore?
10 years is a long time. Whoever was responsible for that probably doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, I guess you're right about that.
How'd it go?
Our problems, they aren't something I can fix with a few words. We'll keep talking, see what happens.
Your boy shot some people. No one I feel sympathy for, but there it is.
And a final 5 Paragon points are waiting for us here, because knowing Captain Baillie and the way CSEC operates, I think we can work something out here.
I watched those guys shaking down businesses and threatening humans.
But he can't just get away with it.
The kid wants to make a difference. Give him community service.
Community service for attempted murder? What jury would agree to that?
None that I've seen. This would need to stay out of the judiciary. Strictly within CSEC.
Interesting. I'll think about it.
Thank you, Captain.
And there we are, mission completed, and that wraps up today's episode. As I said, in the next one we will continue right where we left off with Garrus's loyalty mission. We will do a bit more shopping as well, continue the packages for Ish quest line, and finally see our new Incisor sniper rifle in action. Until then, I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and if you did, then I would be very happy if you could leave a thumbs up. And if you like what I'm doing and want to support me and my channel further, then you can of course subscribe if you haven't done so already. Alternatively, you can of course also check out and maybe pledge to the Pete Complete Patreon. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.